In today's video, week 3 of daily walking to get shredded. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Parvella from physique.com, and you probably hear that, right? You probably hear my sinuses have been a little bit off. So let's talk about what's been going on. So the first 2 weeks, if you watch the first 2 updates, what I did was I got up every day and I walked for an hour on my treadmill, and I showed you guys a little bit about how I'm eating and what's been going on. Well, this last week, things got a little bit hectic. My kids went back to school, and lo and behold, I ended up getting like a sinus infection, respiratory infection, and it knocked me out for a couple days. So what we're gonna talk about is just how do you proceed? What's acceptable and what's not acceptable? And I think, this is probably the benefit of having been doing this for so long, having been lifting for 30 years and paying attention to my, as best I can at times, my training and nutrition. Early on, I would say the first, couple years, I would refuse to take a day off. I felt like I was going to set myself back. I would find excuses to either go to the gym or just not miss a day. What I have since learned is that when you have compounding things like stress or illness and you take a step back, it can actually propel you forward. Why is that? Well, one thing that happens when you train all the time, you do cardio all the time, you start to build up some fatigue to it, right? And you start to feel yourself needing some rest. Whether or not getting sick had anything to do with how hard I was pushing myself, I don't think so. I think it's just that time of the year. Kids are bringing new stuff around back at school. I think I just, caught a little something. And honestly, I didn't feel that terrible. I never felt like completely exhausted. I had one day last weekend before I actually had an event on a Sunday and I had a bodybuilding show on a Saturday. I did get home that Sunday night and feel like, man, I'm wiped. But I didn't feel that bad last week. In fact, I did a couple cardio sessions, but I'm gonna explain to you exactly my philosophy on training and cardio when you're either starting to feel sick or you're coming out of it and you wanna get back in the gym. My personal philosophy, and it works very well for me, and I've had a lot of success with my clients with this, is that activity can actually speed up the recovery process, right? By taking in some food, taking in some fluids, exercising, getting your heart rate up, moving some nutrients throughout the body, it can do wonders for you. What I have found, however, is that if you push yourself too hard in the gym or with cardio, you can actually set yourself back a little bit physically and mentally. So what's my favorite approach right now? I typically will say, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and start my cardio session. Now, before I was doing an hour, right guys? I didn't make it an hour on any of these sessions, but I'll say this, 15 to 20, 15 to 30 minutes, those sessions get things moving. They even helped me lose some of the phlegm that I had. But it also helped me feel a little bit better mentally and physically. Then I would go to the gym and I would say, okay, I'm gonna lift, but as soon as I feel fatigued, that's it. And one day I had George with me and I think I did maybe 2 sets of each exercise, right? I did not push myself. And if I got fatigued, like towards the end of the workout, I just said calling it a day. Understanding that building muscle is something that doesn't take days, it doesn't take weeks, it takes years to really put on a significant amount of muscle. You're not gonna lose that muscle, okay? If you put on muscle over the course of time, naturally, that muscle is so resilient. One thing that I've really found is that even if I stop lifting and stop eating right for a couple days, it has zero impact on how I look and feel. And as soon as I get back to it, I actually feel a little bit invigorated. So that's what I meant by that. Tomorrow is gonna be my first full day back. First full day back walking, first full day back crushing the gym. I didn't skip the workouts, I just attenuated them based on how I felt. So this is how you should approach it. Now, I would say don't go to the gym if you're contagious. Don't go to the gym if you're gonna risk getting others sick. For me, I waited to go back until I was sure I wasn't contagious, and I just had this head stuff still in me. I can still feel it, my vocal cords a little bit, but my energy is 100% back to normal, right? The cold has been fought off. Now I'm just dealing with the lingering effects. But don't go to the gym if you're gonna risk getting others sick. That's pretty selfish. If you need to do something, do it at home. Get yourself some dumbbells for your home gym and just have a quick little workout at the house. But the idea for me is that, yeah, I was having some good momentum. And in fact, I'm the same weight. I didn't gain any body fat. I didn't lose any muscle. I will tell you this, I don't feel as good. There's something to be said for when you're having really good workouts and your nutrition is on point and your cardio is on point. when you've been doing this as long as I have and you're as lean as I am right now, I can tell the 1 to 5% difference in my physique. I can tell when I'm a little bit harder, a little bit fuller versus a little bit softer, a little bit weaker, right? So I feel like I look pretty good judged by me, but I know I just looked in the mirror and I thought there's really no difference in my physique. So sometimes it's in your head. So yeah, give yourself some grace if you're sick, or if you have a family event, or if you have something that has to take priority over the gym, okay? This should be done for a long time, okay? Not just for a good time, okay? You should be making this a part of your lifestyle forever. Whatever routine you get into, that's what's gonna build and keep this. That's why, guys, at 49 years old, I'm able to do this, lifetime drug-free, and I don't have to have these huge swings in the way I look and feel. Now, what I'm starting to recalibrate around is this idea that we have two things coming up. We have our next transformation challenge that starts in a couple of weeks, which I'll put a link below. You can register now. We have 100 meal plans, training plans, private support group. We also have some discounted options for guided coaching if you want to work with me or one of the other coaches. I am picking 2 people to coach for free, but you have to just join the challenge. But the idea for me is like, I'm trying to set some dates, okay? We have this 90-day challenge, and guess what it coincides with? My 50th birthday. So I'm starting to feel like it's a calling. Get really lean, maybe get on a bodybuilding stage, or at least set up a professional photo shoot for my 50th. So let me know what you guys think I should do. Should I join the challenge, do a bodybuilding show, do a photo shoot? Comment below, because for me, this journey is all about showing you guys how it can be done, how it can be sustained, and, you know, kind of blocking out all the noise that's out there. You know, I keep seeing all these things about fake natties and all this stuff. Guys, just go to the gym, beat those weights up, eat well, and see what happens. Don't get caught up in all the nonsense talking for your clicks. Just enjoy the process of what's gonna happen to you. And let me know what you guys would like to see. I'm gonna try to put out a couple videos this week as I am feeling a little better. Last week was a rough week. I actually recorded one video. It sounded so bad, I'm not even gonna release it. All right, guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow.